Happy March 1st. Let's find out what book I'll be reading for TBR Tackle this month. Hi, my name is Sarah Freshly and welcome to Freshly Read Books. So if you don't know about TBR Tackle, it is a year-long readathon that is being hosted by Kieran at Katie Books. So I will link to that information below. This is the third month, obviously, of TBR Tackle and also the year. So I'm going to be finding out which book I'm going to be reading this month. So this is my current stack, which I tried to put somewhat in frame, almost. That doesn't, of course, mean that I will be reading one of those books we now know after last month, but that is technically my current TBR Tackle TBR. So we'll see. I have no idea what's in store for us, but I'm about to find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch the prompt 3 reveal.
It's the next prompt of the TBR Tackle.
Hey lovely people from Kieran's channel, I am Lena from the channel Lena Reads, and today I am here to give you your March prompt for the TBR Tackle. What I want you to do is to grab your stack, grab a pen and a piece of paper and write every title you still have on your stack on that piece of paper. Rip it in little pieces, fold it down and put it in a jar or a cup or a hat if you want to be creative. Basically anything.
Honestly, I'm so worried about getting one of the big books. I haven't even talked about like what I'm hoping to get. I'm just hoping to not get one of the giant ones because I want to finish reading this by the 10th because that's when International Booker's announced and when I'm gonna have a ton of reading to do. But not only that, I still have Books of Jacob to finish, which I'm very close now. I have like 150, less than 150 pages left. I'm also reading Lincoln and the Bardo, which I'm pretty close to being done with. And then also The Sea I'm working on, and this was supposed to be a February book. And I got like maybe a third of the way through it. But all of those I'm hoping to finish. And the book from this video are my reading plans for the next 10 days. So ideally, this won't be adding too much to what else I'll have to read. And I'm not expecting like anything. Oh wait, no, there is one more book. Because it comes out in April, so it'd be really nice to read it before International Booker kicks off. It's a short arc, so it should be okay. Anyways, that's not important. That's not what we're here for. We're here to find out what book I'm gonna read. Okay, I'm not ready.
What I want you to do right now is grab one of the pieces of paper. Grab that book from your TBR Tackle stack.
Okay. Oh, I picked dry. There we go. Okay. This is the book. I feel like it's not gonna be that easy, right?
Yeah, now I want you to grab that book, put it back on your shelf, and grab any other book you would like to read.
I did all of that for nothing.
Okay. For real? Am I gonna get to read the book that I pick up? Okay. If this is like officially leaving my TBR Tackle, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, of the books on here, why am I nervous? Okay, I'm gonna go, I'll grab the arc. And then maybe that would be really convenient, actually. So I know that I said that I was going to grab the arc, which is Passers Through by Peter Rock. Thank you to Soho Press for sending this to me. But I think I'm going to choose Filthy Animals because after this is taken off of the TBR Tackle TBR in February, I've just been so sad that I don't know for sure when I'm going to be able to fit it in. And I feel like this is a great excuse. So I'm going to go with Filthy Animals by Brandon Taylor for this month. If you don't know, I've been very excited about reading this collection of short stories by Brandon Taylor, who wrote Real Life, which I read for Booker 2020. That was on the shortlist, and I absolutely loved. That was one of my favorite books of 2020, so I'm really excited to get to a short story collection, especially because I really like short story collections as well, so it's exciting to get to read one by an author that I've really enjoyed in the past. So with that, I'll get back to you once I've read this book. So I have finished Filthy Animals, and I definitely took my time with this one. Mostly because Booker was announced, and I was largely focused on those books. I think I said in this video that I wanted to read this before the International Booker long list was announced, but that did not happen. I don't even know if I made it halfway through by then. I don't know, it was a slow start to the month reading wise. I think I was just like too preoccupied with thinking about what would be on the long list. But I still wanted to make sure that I got to this one in March, which I did, although I'm not totally positive if this video is going to be coming out. I think it will be. Like, right before the end of March. But I am very excited to talk about this one because, as you know from the first part of this video, and also if you've been watching my channel for a bit, I loved Brandon Taylor's real life, and therefore I was really excited to read this short story collection by him. Also, I really love this cover. Like, I can't get over this cover, especially how it looks next to the real life cover. Like, come on, look at that. Those look so good together. I feel like I've done this on a video before. And also, how good do these books look together? So I had a great time reading this short story collection. Every other short story is actually a part of a larger story. So every odd numbered story is like a part of one big story, while the other ones are all standalones. For the most part, like in general about the collection, I would say that I liked each of the stories without really loving them, but there were two that were kind of standouts for me, so I wanted to talk about those ones. The first one is called Mass, which is actually a part of the larger story. It was actually kind of tough to tell at first because even though I had already been made aware of the pattern that we were following, where every other story would be a part of that larger story, where we have like three main characters and we're following them in their lives, this story started being focused around a different person that I hadn't yet met, or if I had, then he had been like a side character. Basically, the three characters that are the main characters of the bigger story, two of them are in this dance program, and then the person that's the main character in Mass is also one of the people that is in that program. So that's like the connection, but it was the first time that it had really shifted away from being about those three characters and just started focusing on somebody else. So this story follows Alexander, who goes by Sasha, and right at the beginning of this story, you see him having a conversation with a doctor who is telling him that they have found a mass and need to do a biopsy in order to see if it's cancerous or not. After this doctor's appointment, you see him kind of just navigate his normal life, but also with the weight of knowing that he might have cancer, but he just doesn't know yet. But he's not like telling people. The only person he really tells is his sibling, who I believe he calls, or actually I think he just texts to tell him what's going on. But besides that, he doesn't tell anybody. I think for this one, I just really liked the juxtaposition of kind of this found family, him in his dance program, where it doesn't seem like they're super close knit, but they clearly spend like every day together. And also like his blood family, who is also not super close knit, but there is this difference in the way, in the roles that they play in his life, and I think that they're equally important. And I think that everybody, like each person, has this different kind of balance between that, between a family of like the friends that you surround yourself with and your blood family. And that can look very different for everybody, but it's always this like balance between it. And I think that this story made that kind of clearer to see, especially since Sasha was going through this huge life event, or possibly going through this huge life event without actually knowing for sure yes or not. The other story that I really liked in this collection was Anne of Cleves. This one was a standalone short story and followed Sigrid and Marta on their first date and then into their relationship that they end up forming. This is Marta's first relationship with another woman, and there are some aspects that she really struggles with, but not in the way that feels like a story that's been told a bunch of times. It feels very much like she and Sigrid are very real people that are navigating this situation in their own way, instead of just being like these stereotypical versions of people that go throughout this story. You also get to learn a little bit more about Marta's history with men, which I think also adds to this story and the realness of it, while also shedding light on why she acts certain ways in the present time. Anyways, another good month for TBR Tackle. I was so excited that I was able to read this book because this is one that I was really looking forward to. And now I'm looking forward to finding out what the next book's going to be, especially since it's only a couple days away until we're in April. And of course, I'll have another video that is about whatever book I end up reading for April, hopefully in April, but it'll probably be more towards like the end of April, just with International Booker going on and all the reviews I have to get out for that. So I guess what I'm saying is make sure to subscribe so that you can see when I post that video. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye.